everybody. Welcome back to the Yappy Hour. Lindsay, Morgan, Brittany, and Shay. We just got done with episode 5. Yappy Hour concludes. Again, we are even more so than than the full episodes. This is an unfiltered, unmasked, unscripted view into the conversations amongst 4 neurodivergent successful women. So please regard that as such. Join into the comments, share, like, rinse, repeat. You guys know what to do. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back, y'all. Shay, I know you took some notes about things to talk about during the happy hour, I believe, ma'am.
I was just
remember that word.
I usually say it during the episode. The only thing that I'm really feeling today is that I forgot to pick up my prescription from the pharmacy this week, and today is my first day going unmedicated in a really long time. I feel emotional and having a hard time sitting still and very distracted, staring out the window a lot. It's been oof. So I need to go to Walgreens after this. None of you guys take meds for your stuff, right? No.
I'm still trying to find like someone that I can work with to get treated.
Yeah,
I'm fully raw dog in life.
Huh?
I don't even drink coffee anymore. Like I literally don't even, like, caffeine wise, I don't even, but the other thing,
I don't know.
The Swede is there.
I don't know how y'all do it, really.
Raw dog in life.
Well, I mean, I would have never graduated college, let alone like with honors, if I hadn't had a prescription. And I think one of the biggest mistakes that I made was like tying the need for that to like college and being productive and like studying, it was like always one of those things where it was like, this is the thing that I need to sit down and focus and like finish this paperwork assignment task. And I just wasn't like properly educated on what ADHD was. And I wasn't properly like recognizing it or tying it to literally every other aspect in my life. And now that like we're, and this more than anything else, but like I've done a lot of deep dives just myself before we even started this, but like, now it's just like so many things are starting to make sense. And there's like so many like patterns and like difficulties and challenges that I'm just like, man, if only I had the like proper education and support. And I feel like that's what it is more than anything else, is like if you have like the education and like the systems within which you can kind of like frame your own brain, where you're like, okay, like those little like, box diagrams where it's like, if yes, then this, if no, then this. And you can kind of create your own like little flow chart where it's like, all right, here's what I need. Like, here's what I'm doing, and then obviously getting medicated. It's just been so hard. I'm still carrying around like this chip on my shoulder from that stupid psychiatrist that like ignored everything I said and was like, oh, I'm recommending SSRIs. And I'm like, what the fuck conversation you having while I was having this one with you? like I am fucking an adult, like executive running 2 businesses and a like I'm not everything depressed. I've told you is like,
well, did you tell him that you tell him that you've been like,
you're sad and anxious, and I'm like, bitch, I haven't
been sad. Did you tell him that you had already been diagnosed with ADHD and that you used to be?
And she's like, not that I don't believe you, but I'm gonna send you for some testing, and I really actually think that you would benefit from some SSRIs. And I was like, okay. I actually don't think this is gonna be a good fit. Like, thanks for your time.
Yeah.
You literally didn't listen to anything I said. That questionnaire where you talked about my adolescence, I am 33, ma'am.
Yeah. And like it's like that those 2 therapists that I saw like a month apart who gave me the same worksheet. They're just
you said that last time. I would have in the cartoons when they just like take their 2 heads together and just, you guys are idiots. Who gave you your license? Like, are you print out? What are you doing? Why do you have this job?
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah, you guys remember how excited I was for that appointment
by the drug companies?
Huh?
I said I sometimes wonder if they're getting reimbursed by the drug companies.
Totally. Well, yeah. My grandma, I mean, when she was a practicing clinician in the United States too. She was a forensic psychiatrist in the Soviet Union, and then she came to the United States. She had to learn English. She basically did the whole thing all over again. And eventually she had like a private practice and all that kind of stuff. And she was dealing with a lot of like very mentally ill people, like schizophrenics and like multiple personality and all that kind of stuff. And I remember like she would have tickets to like at Navy Pier in Chicago, there's like this like yacht. You could do these like yacht party type things, and there was like one that was like sponsored by Paxil. Like she had can't even tell you how many things in her house or her office or whatever that were like branded, like pharma branded, like all her pens and highlighters. And like that's normal, right? Like any business, you have like pens and like swag, sort of. But like it was just crazy because it wasn't like, yeah, I don't know. It's just I mean, there's a lot of documentaries. I don't want to necessarily go down
I was
this
gonna
like
say there's
crazy
so many
big pharma
documentaries
rabbit
about
hole,
it.
but yeah, it's crazy the extent to which, their ability to engage in pharmaceutical sales, where you would think that that is an industry where it's like, okay, we have to stick to the facts, we have to stick to the
They
studies,
can't.
this is like medically important and dangerous, and it's like, no, it's literally everything is sales.
It's a new law as of, I think, last year or the year before. It might have been, it's maybe older than that, but medical device sales reps and pharmaceutical reps are no longer allowed to schmooze to make sales. So it used to be a really big problem. Like if you can watch some of the documentaries, but like even you can ask Jaden about it. Lindsay's has a friend that's in medical device sales, but back in the day, like I had friends in medical device sales where they would give them these like huge budget credit cards, and they would take out like the entire medical office for like a bowling night or some random thing, but it's like a schmoozing mechanism, right? So I think they changed it to where they can't, like they can schmooze indirectly, but they can't just like pour a bunch of money at someone to like convince them to do like business with them, which I think is a good thing in my opinion.
It's a great thing. What do you mean? If anyone thinks that's not a good thing, they're the ones profiting from it.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, I think as of like, I think it was last year or the year before, they can no longer schmooze, which probably makes the job less fun.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like a lot of the conversations that we come back to ultimately come down to like incentive structures, like everything, like
you are very big on the incentive structures. You are. It's good.
Well, it's a reward system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We,
100%.
we are animals.
True.
We're animals capable of higher consciousness, but we have a biological substructure that is largely regulated by survival and rewards systems. And it just is what it is. And if you can follow the money and the incentive structures, I guarantee you'll find any answer you're ever looking for ever.
Michael Burns says step into your prey mode, because like he says the same thing, we're all mammals, right? So like if you're not in your prey mode, which is like hunting, right, and like going for the prey, which is, it should be every single person in life, whether it's like for healing or whatever, like activate your prey mode so that way you can like be the mammal that you really are. I'm lying. Immediately
like a
filthy animal.
I say you should activate your prey mode, PRAY mode, because faith and fear can't coexist.
I'm in yoga, just like fuck this, fuck that, fuck this. The whole time. Fuck them, fuck that.
Actually, Wu-Tang wrote a song about incentive structures. It's called CREAM. Cash rules everything around me. So if you're curious about incentive structures, Wu-Tang is actually a really good place to study socioeconomic incentive structures.
You have impeccable
facts,
information retention.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Thank you. The problem is that I don't choose what I'm retaining at the moment. It's all in here somewhere.
I wouldn't mind doing more historical, maybe like, I know we have the data dump, but like I love the historical data dumps that you do, Brittany, because I'm like we've all talked about like how much like we don't even like feel like we paid attention in school. Yeah. I have so much more, what's the word for it? So much more, like I'm just more interested. Yeah, desire to learn about this stuff now that it like applies to like some sort of life. versus when they were teaching me about the Revolutionary War in like 5th grade. And I'm like, what does this apply to?
Lately, my like hyperfixation, my like audiobook or whatever hyperfixation is just like psyops. Oh my gosh. This is a conversation I don't know if you want to start, because literally, I think on our, actually, I don't want to say it because I don't want anyone to steal my idea, but I have an idea for a t-shirt and also like a poster. And like, I just want to put this slogan everywhere, and I'll tell you guys later, but it's like my new battle cry. Like my there is no time, only clocks battle cry. I have another battle cry, but I'll tell you guys later.
There is no time, only clocks.
Yeah. Well, that was like a reality that I had realized, or truth, I guess that I had realized. I think it was like sometime in college, and I was partying with some friends, put it that way. And I was just like, had this realization. I was like, there is no time. There's only clocks. Like, there's no such thing as time, because it's like the observer effect. Like, time is the thing that we have to decide how to measure. But
I just decided
ultimately, there's no such thing as time.
I want to get you that Willy Wonka or Alice in Wonderland clock. That's like, it's like the same number all the way around, and there's like 5 of these. Like, yes, it just makes no sense. It's just like everything all the time going around. It's shaped like Shay's mirror, kind of.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Salvador Dali, like the melting clock.
Exactly.
I found one of those at like Hot Topic way back in the day, and
that's what I think of when you say that.
For his birthday.
I literally think of that.
I get what you're saying from like a certain standpoint, but I live my whole life based on time. Like when I'm rotting, I'm like 30 more minutes and then I'll get up. Or
my whole life is, I mean, time is the substructure under which I have to fundamentally create my whole reality. But in the grand scheme of things, like in the cosmic grand scheme of things, time is something that we made up.
It works really well. 24 hours, 12 split in 2. I love it. I love me some time structure.
Yeah, but did you know that actually like our structure of like the year doesn't make any sense?
Yes,
no,
it actually should be 13 months.
Yes.
13 months. Yeah.
And the year should start at a different, it was like October, like OCT, isn't that 8?
8. Yep.
It should be the 8th month. Yeah, I did see that. I was like, holy.
Yeah. Yeah. And with time, actually, also, because time is not a universal constant either. I mean, time largely depends on the gravity where you are. That's why, like, and the cycle around the sun. Like, a day is not 24 hours anywhere but here. And even some parts of like the country, I think it's like on the poles and stuff like that. Like when the magnetic poles shift, or if you're in an area where like gravity is a little bit different somehow, or that time actually moves like slower and faster. Isn't that true underwater as well? You get to a certain depth and time starts to speed up or slow down depending on the atmospheric pressure too. It's fucking crazy. There's no such thing as time.
Only its constraints.
There's no time.
And I know, Shay, I know you love like the Google Calendar and stuff too, but like, so I like when I was in corporate for 12 years, they would literally make me like, if I was even like late to a Zoom or something, I would like get shit for it. Or if I was like I just haven't lived that life in so long. And part of the reason that I love like working for myself is because I'll just have like, even yesterday, because like, what'd you do today? And I'm like, I got a massage, and then I was on calls for like 3 or 4 hours, and I went to yoga. Then I had dinner with my mom. What'd you do today? It's like, but it's I like to have structure, but I'm also like trying to like lean into like what Lindsay was talking about, where it's like I deserve to have like a soft life too, where I'm not always so rigid. And like I was so rigid for so long that I literally despise it now. And like, I know that there has to be calendars and there has to be structure and organization. Like I'm all about that. But at the same time, it's like, I get so hyper focused in that rigidness that it takes me a while to even get out of it. Like the minute that I start to get rigid, I'll go into a rabbit hole of just being rigid for like, till someone like calls me out on it. And they're like, you're unpleasant to be around. And I'm like, Like, I can't talk to you about anything. I have to go.
Yeah.
30 seconds left. But I used to be like that, like literally for 2 years straight. My mom told me at the end of, not last year, but the year before, she's like, you're just like an unpleasant person to be around. And I'm like, well, I don't have time to talk about this because I have to go knock doors. So bye. So, like, it's like kind of like a give and a take. Do you take a break, Shay, when you feel like you're saying you're unmedicated today? Like, what's wrong with like taking a day for yourself?
Instead of attempting to work, you mean?
Yeah, if like you're feeling in a bad, like when I'm in a bad headspace or I'm not in the mood, I just don't work because I'm more productive, like going and leaning into like self-care and coming back stronger the next day. Which is
a privilege that I don't have right now.
Well, doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be money related, but I'm just
saying, is like, money related. If I don't work, I don't make money. We're in 1099 sales.
So say it's like even a couple of hours, like to reset.
A couple of hours is fine. Or like, but I can't go like, I can't go like fuck off all day.
Yeah, no. Yeah. And I don't even consider it have to be all day, but like if I'm in that bad of a headspace, I'm better off, or like not feeling motivated, I'm better off like going to the gym or something for like an hour. And
no, yeah, absolutely. Like I texted John and I was like, I'm going to need to go on a walk after I'm done with the podcast for sure. Cause like if I can't rely on my medication today, I'm going to have to I'm going to have to get this dopamine. Yeah. Like I'm being a little bit snappy today. I am not happy. I am right on the verge of tears. Like my brain does not produce dopamine and I am usually not in a good mood or happy until I take my Adderall. And like knowing that I'm not going to have that today, I'm freaking out, but it'll be okay. But I just cry. I'm easily annoyed. I'm mad. I'm stressed out. I'm like, how am I going to work? I'm very reliant on it, I will say, but like I've been on it the entirety of my life. Way more years than I wasn't on it. I've been on it. So
have you ever taken 5-HTP?
5-HTP.
5-hydroxytryptophan. It's a precursor to serotonin production in the brain. And if you ever like partied with people that would like people would take it the day after for like the rollover or whatever. There's like it's 5-HTP, like St. John's wort. There's like a couple of those things that like you could take it, not instead of Adderall. That's not what I'm saying, but maybe in addition to, and it would kind of make that a little bit softer landing.
Or even if you go out,
some of those things that really do help a lot. And actually, 5-HTP.
I was gonna say I'm very familiar with 5-HTP. I would, even after you like, if you go out and have fun with your friends, like take it the next morning, because like I feel like as you get older, like, well, of course, like maybe it's just in your face and you're more aware of it, but I feel like it becomes more like in your face. Everything,
a hangover,
everything, So like anything you can do to like boost your serotonin.
I have heard, I was like, 5-HTP, why does that sound so familiar? It's from people used to bring it to music festivals. That's where I heard of it. And I did I was probably 23 or 24. And my friend gave me a St. John's wort that I was like, I am so happy.
Another thing,
amazing.
Another thing you guys
I've tried to take it since then and I haven't felt the effects really, but I'll try the other.
The other thing that's been making me wired and like on cloud 9, like 90% of the time, like almost to the point where I'm like, is this a like a vitamin or is it like what is this? But Shilajit, or however you want to pronounce it. Shilajit. I just got the little.
You take like a oil or a tar or
I looked at the tar one, but that's just too much for me. So I just got the pill one, and I have to take it in the morning because that shit makes me like if I take it at night, I'm like up like till like 2 a.m. like making lists and like Canvas and like that's not even normal for me. I normally go to bed at like.
I actually haven't tried it. I know that it also has like some like testosterone support effects or something. Like it's like a big men's performance like thing kind of is where it got it.
I literally take it as my multi now. I don't even take anything else. I take like 2-3 things total, but I'm just like replacing my multivitamin with it. It has like all these, I don't know. Like, of course I have all my hippie friends that are like, take Shilajit. I'm like, I can try it. And I'm like, I'm wired. Like, what is in that stuff?
Is it like caffeine wired or
It's a
focus
mushroom.
wired?
Here,
It's a mushroom. It's a legal mushroom.
it's an adaptogenic mushroom. Hold on.
But is it like you
I haven't tried it.
you're focused or you're just hyper? Because like just like caffeine doesn't do it for me. I need like focus.
No, it's whatever is in the Shilajit.
She says it different every time.
Shilajit. I don't know. Let's see what exactly it is, so that way we know what I'm putting in my body. Shilajit for benefits. So they have a tar version that a lot of people, they just say like be really like Symbiotica has their own version of it. You've heard of that brand.
Yeah.
But like I take Youth Theory pill version, but its supported health benefits include for males does help with utility, but lowers risk of bone loss, reduces inflammation, improves exercise performance.
So I found that it contains over 80 minerals in their ionic form, making it
the minerals part. So I take it as my multi now. I'm not even like taking my multi anymore because I'm like, this is basically like the amount of minerals are like the same as in my
maybe
multi.
It's not a mushroom. Chat's saying it's a natural tar-like substance found. Maybe it's like a mycelial type tar.
It says, can you take too much? Yes.
Natural tar-like substance found in mountainous regions, particularly in the Himalayas, Altai, Caucasus, and Andes. Formed over centuries from the decomposition of plant and microbial matter and is rich in minerals, fulvic acid, and other bioactive compounds. And apparently fulvic acid enhances nutrient absorption,
brain health,
detoxification, and has antioxidant properties.
You take
the Youth Theory one?
Yeah.
Interesting. I should try that. I'm going to put it in my cart and leave it there for 24 hours.
Dude, I literally, the first time I took it, I was like, oh my gosh, this does do something. So now I always make sure and eat before, like anyone normal should, before supplements. But I usually used to take my supplements in the afternoon because I would have food in my stomach and I know that was going to make me feel like I'm going to puke an hour later. Because if I wake up in the morning, take my supplements when I'm like thinking about it, then an hour and a half later, I'm like I'm like sick almost because I have nothing in my stomach. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, I'll just take them in the afternoon. Took the Shilajit in the afternoon and was like up till like 3 a.m. And I'm like, what is what is in that stuff? But yeah, anyway, there's no like actual,
it sounds like pre-workout.
Yeah, natural pre-workout.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it. It's only 20
Does it come in capsules?
Yeah, it's in a capsule.
I just found 500 milligram capsules. It's like $22 on Amazon. I'm gonna put it in my cart and leave it there, Shay.
Which
you have to find a gummy.
If you want to,
there is a gummy. I found one.
And I just believe in a lot of like Indian things. I think just because because of my dad's side, my grandma. But like you think about it, my grandma's not. My Nana is 96 years old and has not one thing wrong with her. And she's like done holistic treat. Like she drinks tea the specific Indian tea every single day. Like knows what Shilajit is. Like has all these like
question.
Weird.
What do you think about? Because I know that Lindsay doesn't do it, but what are your thoughts on like Botox and lip filler?
I literally just said in the bathroom this morning, I don't give a shit what anybody says. I feel prettier with Botox, so just leave me the hell alone. Like, why is my forehead moving so much? I'm like, I've been doing the frownies even like sent me a bunch of stuff and I've been putting the frownies on my forehead every night. And I'm like, yeah, everything's great until I make an expression. And then I have like 7 wrinkles in my forehead. I have lip filler too.
I love the natural holistic lifestyle, blah, blah, blah. You will rip Botox and filler out of my cold dead hands.
Yes. Yeah.
I will never not
Did you see what I look like before my lips?
Same.
Like,
and I know I saw this thing the other day, so goddamn funny. It was like all these people, these anti-vaxxers were like, I'm not putting that in my body. And then, but now that Ozempic is a thing, they're like,
no, but even the lip filler stuff, like I haven't had my lips done in like over a year and a half. It's not like I'm like going in there. I haven't had Botox in like literally since like last February. Like I don't get it very often, but when I get it and I see what I look like after, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I like feel
Yeah.
pretty, like my mom just got, I mean, sorry, mom, this is going to be on the internet, but my mom just got a full-fledged facelift, and this is her
She's gonna
second
look
one.
so good.
Yeah, it's just her second one. She's going to look better than me now.
Yeah. So how do you justify that with like how holistic you are in other areas? Because I'm not that holistic. Like
I don't know. I
pizza,
feel like it's like I feel like I'm such a, like my boyfriend is like the psychotic person where he's like, I'm weighing out my macros. I'm only eating clean. I'm like, okay, if I'm working out and I'm eating genuinely somewhat clean and to my health, like I'm not eating like junk food or whatever, and I'm cooking my meals, I feel like there has to be like a happy balance. Like nobody's ever going to be like, oh, okay, well, I don't eat seed oils anymore. So now I'm going to just be this annoying person to be around where I can't eat half the places that everyone goes. I just feel like it has to be like, I think there just has to be balance. But honestly, I literally said this in the bathroom this morning. I don't give a shit what anyone says. I feel prettier with Botox. And my mom's like, Morgan. And I'm like, you just got a facelift. And
you're just gonna facelift.
To go get Botox. And then like on top of it, my boyfriend's like, you don't need any of that stuff. And I'm like, you started dating me when I already looked like this.
Yeah.
So
well,
like
something that I think is funny is like this like big movement, which I agree with. And I think it's a beautiful thing of like the no seed oil, drinking this type of water, doing that, like these extreme like health standards. But like when you look at like interviews of people who are like 100, they're like, what's your secret? And they're like,
drink Dr. Pepper every day.
I need Kentucky Deluxe.
One cig a day and a Coca-Cola and you will live till you're 100.
And I'm like, so maybe I'll be all right.
I'm like, you know what? Honestly, I'm going to smoke the cig if I'm in the mood. Like when I'm in Japan and I'm surrounded by 50 Japanese men all smoking cigs, like I'm going to smoke a cig too. Like it just is what it is, you know? Like,
so the justification would be balance, and
I'm living a life.
Enjoy your life.
Yeah, live your life, bro.
I live my life like, yeah. I would say
here's the thing. We talked about burnout earlier. I feel like I sometimes, hot take, I get burnt out from being too good.
Bro,
I'm fucking tired of behaving myself. Like,
yeah, and when you came in town, we were supposed to go get rowdy and we didn't have time. So like dude,
we went out.
Okay, but I mean, like we were gonna go to a club and then we
ate a $1,200 meal. What are you talking about?
No, but like we were good. We were good, other than the bill. I mean, okay, they said
and then we walked down
lobster
and had Mexican
like,
candy shots, and
I'm not gonna not get lobster.
Brittany, no one has ever said that, but what you just said is something that frequently goes through my mind.
Yeah,
like
you get burnt out from like being too
good. Caged animal.
It's a lot. Like people will be like, okay, here's your regimen. We're gonna be on a cleanse. We're gonna get this out. We're gonna add this. We're gonna go to the gym every day. We're gonna get 10,000 steps every day. And we're gonna drink all this water. And I'm like, okay, but like forever.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing is like that should be your baseline.
I know, but
it's to deviate from the baseline, I think is also important.
No, yeah, I relate this to, I guess, Lindsay, you probably have more friends that have kids than I do, but like when I go out with the moms, I feel like it's so relatable to that because they're like good. And then you get them out, like my friends from Kansas City that had kids young, got married young. They're like, when we go out tonight, can we like smoke a cig? And I'm like, oh, like watch out, world. Like it's a wild night. But I think it's like it's fun to like, I'm not saying go out and be bad, but like I get what you're saying where it's like I've been good for so long, like I deserve to get rowdy, like you know,
or like go to like an EDM show. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you just have to like be loud and unregimented and just like, you know, but that's also like, I don't know. I feel that though. Like if I'm being too good, I mean, I'm always trying to like drink my water and not eat processed food and like not eat candy and not freaking drink alcohol, you know, like even in Mardi Gras, dude, I had like 3 drinks the whole time, like on one day. Like I didn't drink. What? I knew I'd feel shitty is the thing.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to do like a lot of like gut healing. You know, you guys know I've had a lot of like inflammation issues, and it's like at some point, like you can't bitch about things that you're actively not trying to improve. So it's like, I can do one or the other, you know? So I had like 3 straight vodka drinks because I knew it wasn't going to mess my gut up or anything. And I just said no the rest of the time. Like it was all good, you know? But at the same time, like.
You had a shrimp po' boy, I hope.
Oh no, we didn't. We ate a lot, but that was one of the things that is still on my list. We had shrimp and grits, dude. We had guillards and grits, which is amazing. It was like shredded veal. I had fried green tomatoes for the first time. Had some fried alligator, which like, and you guys know how much I love tendies, dude. Those must be those might be better than nuggies. Like fried alligator might actually be better than like, oh, and the sauce. It was so good. And then neighbors downstairs that made like the turkey neck stew. I mean, Russians eat a lot of like they eat the whole part of the bird or whatever it is, and
Meat
so
and
like,
potatoes.
turkey neck is not new to me, but that kind of turkey neck is new to me. Like it was so good.
Yeah, it's like I've never
I
been
miss
through
it
there.
already. Like I want to go back for my birthday and just like eat more and like do another.
What's your birthday?
May 1st.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
down.
That's
I've
really
driven through there, but I've never like spent time there, but like it's like so cute, like the buildings.
It's just it's such a good vibe and like the people there. I mean, it was like a lot of people, you know, it was like Mardi Gras Street Fest. And there was like an insane military presence there too, which would, you know, that's a separate conversation. But at the same time, like the vibes were really chill. Like you ever been to like a seedy like music festival and you
Yeah.
get weird vibes? You're like, man, there's like a lot of people here and I feel like they don't really mean well. That was not the vibe, dude. It was like everyone's just there having a good time. Like there was
the culture of that city is so cool.
so kind, so welcoming, so warm, like way better vibes than like you go to a parade in Chicago, bro.
Oh,
Dude,
girl.
oh my God,
I would literally not go
Dude,
to a gathering in Chicago.
Dude, even Lollapalooza isn't fun anymore because people are so crazy.
Yeah, this wasn't like this at all. And it's like their parades, like the whole route is not barricaded off like it is in Chicago or somewhere else. Like they had like, don't get me wrong. I mean, it was literally you felt like you were in an occupied territory. That's how much military presence there was, but they were chill. They're like, "Hey, you're cool, we're cool. We're just here." You know, they weren't like they weren't like causing problems for anyone. There wasn't like barricades along the whole road. Like it was, you could walk across it was very different. It was very like.
Did you ever go to St. Louis Mardi Gras when you lived in Kansas City?
No.
So they have like the second biggest Mardi Gras celebration in the country other than New
That's
Orleans.
random.
It's so random, right? But I went a couple of years in a row for that. And like that was like it never felt like because Mardi Gras is the celebration of what? What is the holiday?
Basically like a carnival.
Oh, okay.
Celebration.
Yeah, I don't know why it was like that, but we used to go every year for that, and that was like literally that's the only like thing I can compare it to where they do the beads and everything still, right?
Oh yeah.
Flash the boobies.
Yeah. There wasn't a whole lot of that. Some girls were, but actually, and that's another thing I really like too, is like most of the men, like it didn't feel super grimy. There was like one idiot that was like walking through, like, show me a titty, just one titty with his like poor girlfriend. And I was like, are you okay? Like blink once. But for the most part, like they were just throwing beads. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like as grotesque or like raunchy as I expected. It was like people were just throwing beads to have fun, you know? I don't know. It was it was way more. It's like more respectful
because
than I expected.
You drove there, but we could fly into Austin and drive there as a group.
No, I'm not driving through Louisiana again.
Why?
Oh, I thought you said it was fun.
It was. It was for me to like have some alone time, not fun enough, podcast and do it once. But now that I've seen it, I will be flying.
I'm about to have all these kids here for Lindsay will be here. Lindsay's not going to SolarCon. But Linz, we still have to go out that week for fun.
Yeah, we'll see.
Not even
might not be in Vegas at all. I might just
leave. Yeah. I just got hit up. Ethan was like, "Are you gonna hang out with me?" And I was like, "Sure."
My sister's baby is due on May 1st, B.
Oh yeah?
Are you so excited?
One of my best friends, she's having twins. She's due on the 12th, but they say that with twins, sometimes they come early.
Almost always.
And so I told Tina, I was like, it would be great if your boys had my birthday too.
I think our due date was late November or early December. We were born on October 1st. We're twins.
Damn, that's what, like a month early?
Did you know John is a twin as well?
Oh my God.
I did
that's
not know that.
So
Yeah.
funny to me.
So identical twins are a complete and total accident. Like that just that can just happen because the sperm and the egg, they come together and then they just so happen to split off in two. Fraternal twins is a genetic thing. So I'm like, are we gonna have twins? I would
Dude, I
love
honestly
to have twins.
I've been meaning to talk to you about this because I went to a psychic that was like, you're gonna have twins in your 40s. And I was like, I gotta go. Okay. Like I went to buy my best friend a bracelet at Karma and Luck at the mall, which I never go to the mall to begin with, but I wanted to buy her a bracelet for her birthday. So I went to the place, bought her a bracelet. They were like, oh, while we're packaging your gift, go get this psychic reading. And I'm like, okay, sure. So I'm sitting down with this lady, like,
That's so weird.
not taking it serious. Well, Carmen looks like a hippie, like, you know,
okay.
It's like a Buddha kind of infused store. So it's like very, but they're based
Buddha
infused.
Yeah, Buddha infused. So they basically they give me this. She gives me this psychic reading, and she's like, "You're gonna have twins in your." She's like, "Have you ever considered having kids?" And I was like, "Why?" And she's like, "Well, I don't know if." She's like, "This is just coming through for me so vividly, but like, you're gonna have twins in your 40s." And I was like, "You don't even know how old I am." And she's like, "Yeah, well, in your 40s, you're gonna have twins." And I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "Do twins run in your?" Do twins run in your family? All my cousins have twins.
Oh,
Terrifying though. Twins in your 40s. So you're gonna be 60 when they graduate.
Oh, well, I've already been thinking about it. Like, I think the best solution for me is just to get my tubes tied. Preventative maintenance. Because I don't want, if Kai's not gonna get his tubes tied, I'll get mine tied because
his
I don't
tubes.
Whatever he's got going on, tied up. Because I don't
It's just literally his just in a knot.
He can get his untied if you
No,
change
because
your
the thought
mind.
of that is terrifying to me.
And
Not
I'm
only-
over here like praying. I'm trying to like manifest and pray that I have twins. I would be so happy.
Seems like you're
I'm a
gonna.
kid person. I love babies.
Well, yeah, but 2 at a time. Like I even can only take my
Yes,
mom's
2 at a
dog.
time.
I can only handle my mom's dog in like an hour-long period.
Yeah, but you don't look at kids the way that I do. I wanted to be a mom since I was like 7.
Yeah. No, and
He looks at kids the way that I look at dogs.
100%. All of my friends say that. They're all like,
But
Shay,
Britt, you want
kids, like,
kids,
I
Britt.
look at dogs. Yeah.
I want kids, but
Yeah.
I am not like a gravitator to babies. I am not like, oh my gosh, you have like I don't love like
babies.
random kids.
I love babies.
My
I
like
love
nieces
babies.
and nephews, you know, that are my homies, and I love like my best friend's kids.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh my gosh, you're an extension of like my favorite human being. But just like seeing a baby in the wild, I'm good.
Well,
when I was selling door
Actually,
to door,
I don't know.
and-
Now I'm getting a little bit more like, wow, that's a really cute baby.
when I was on the doors, if there was a baby in that house, once we were doing the deal, that baby was in my lap.
Yeah.
And I was typing on my computer with one hand. What was your social? And I'm holding their baby. I used to have a highlight on my Instagram that was all the kids I got to hold on the tours. Pure joy.
Yeah.
Pure joy. Love
Yeah,
it.
and it is. I do love and I do enjoy being around babies. Like I love babies in general, especially if they're cute. And I think what gets my ovaries really going is when I'm around Kai's sister's babies because they're part Chamorro, they're just fucking cute, like really fat, like semi-Asian baby. And like I'm like, okay, well that's a really freaking cute baby. Like maybe I do want one, but then I'm around I'll babysit for like a night and then I'm like, no.
No, my sister
Horrible
about to
babysitter.
give birth, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna have access to like a baby whenever I want.
She's gonna love that.
I don't think I could. That's peak happiness for me.
Yeah.
And she's part of my twin sister.
But you guys are gonna get married. You guys already picked out a venue and stuff. So are you like, because you could very easily get pregnant before you get married? Yeah. No.
You don't want to do that.
Okay.
I don't want to, but if it happened, I would.
Yeah.
But I want to start trying like right after we get married. Let's get her going.
Yeah, my mom
Alex had her little boy, by the way. Oh,
yes,
sorry.
he's so cute.
I got to video call with them yesterday, and I just
He's really cute.
He's so cute. He's so cute.
What is his name again?
Josh.
Josh.
Yeah.
Shout out to Alex Hall.
So
Yeah.
cute.
She's such a good mama too.
Is Josh
I
a family
bet.
name or does she just like Josh?
Wasn't it like
They had a mixture of things that they put his name
Yeah.
together from both sides of their families.
Ah.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's just head full of hair. Cutest little thing. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, good. I might drive up there sometime this week and pop in.
I
Oh,
hope that when
baby.
we have kids, they have Steve's like eyelashes and his athletic ability, and then if they have like my wit,
You're funny, your
Sen-
humor.
yeah, and like
Yeah.
my
Right.
intellectual curiosity.
Yeah.
But if they get my athletic skill, like he's gonna be so pissed.
Well, do you want to have multiple?
I want at least two because I was an only child and it sucked. You need
I
something
would
to share your
assume-
trauma with. You
I
need
would assume that like one will be like your nerdy smart kid who's unathletic, and then the other
We'll
one will
see.
be-
My sister-in-law has two daughters and they are both brilliant. I mean, they're both
Really?
very different, but they're both like brilliant girls.
I've
Yeah.
got 4 smart, athletic children.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah, who knows, man? You know?
I am actually as much of a little pest as I was as a child because of my ADHD. I really hope that at least one of them has it so that I can like
Relate. Oh.
help them through it the way that I didn't get helped through
Yeah.
it. Like having that conversation with my mom a couple weeks ago where she was like, well, we didn't know what to do. And I was like, that's really how you handled that with your child? Like, what the
Yeah.
hell?
Dude,
And so
even my
now
mom
that
this
I've like
morning.
studied it and experienced it and like I want to like help them through it and like be able to handle it and give them what I didn't have, you know?
Not be like, what's wrong with you all the time?
Yeah.
Like even my mom this morning, I was like, I feel personally attacked. I'm gonna go do my podcast recording in the casita. Because between Kai and my mom, they're like, yeah, and she leaves the doors open on the cabinets. And look, she started one task and now she hasn't finished it. And I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of things that I could do a lot more gross, like just be a gross human. So I think I'll just keep cabinet doors open is not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But it's
John
just-
sent me a video from downstairs last week and he was like, every day this is part of my routine. And then I was up here and he was recording himself downstairs and he scurries into our closet and turns the light off. I was like, sorry.
Yeah, and then my mom's like, yeah, and Gary does it too. My dad, he leaves the lights on. Where do you think the kids got it? And then Kai's like, yeah, oh my God, I noticed that too. Morgan will tell me that she's like, I'm like, I'm working in there. And he's like, you haven't been in the closet for 20 minutes though. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm gonna go back in there.
Not the gang up.
Yeah. I'm like, what is this? Like,
Steve calls me
out
out all the time for like leaving lights on in rooms that I'm not like using, but it's like usually like the closet or something like that. But he will always, but like he'll have more lights on, if that makes sense. Like when he's like cleaning or doing something, it will be like hallway light, living room light, kitchen light, like all the lights, you know.
Do you guys ever
Funny because
experience?
I do that when I have to like, if I'm cleaning or doing something, I feel like I have like having all the lights on is my like that means that I have to do stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And then when I'm like, okay, it's time to like turn down the lights, and then if it's like nighttime and the like big lights are on, like I'm like get it away from me.
Do you guys ever do this thing where like I was even telling Kai's like, I'm like, I feel like I'm getting called out on all these things. And he's like, yeah, like you do this and this and this. And I'm like, has it ever occurred to any of you people that you all do annoying ass shit too? I just choose to love you and not call you out on every single thing. Has that ever occurred to anyone? Like, I'm like, let's make a list of things that you do wrong now. I got a whole list right here. I'm like, when you do something that annoys me, like for example, Kai slurps his ramen because he learned how to eat ramen in fucking Japan, and it's like a delicacy to slurp there. And I'm like, it makes me want to kill myself when you slurp your food. Like literally, if I wouldn't have known anything about Japan, we would have been broken up by now because I even just this slurping with the food. And I'm like, just so you know, I don't say anything about your slurping. And in 90% of situations, this would be considered appalling by anybody around.
I don't ever say it to you, but I'm gonna tell the whole internet because you pissed me off this morning.
But I'm like, prime
bitch.
example, when he's slurping his ramen, I used to be like,
I think it's called like misophonia or something like that, where you misophonia, something like that, where you can't stand the sound of other people processing their food, chewing, slurping, any of that.
In Russian, it's called chavkanya. Like my like they would say
Oh, really?
nichavkай, like don't like, you know,
Yeah.
nichavkай.
Like
I'm a
masticate, like
psycho
ow.
about that because my mom, like, she was very like, this is how you hold a utensil. Like, she could not stand people who shovel stuff, and then it was very like, chew with your goddamn mouth closed. So like, I could never date someone who shovels food in their mouth or eats with their mouth. I don't give a fuck if I don't even know you and you're a friend of a friend and we're at a dinner and you're eating with your mouth closed. I'm gonna tell you, close your goddamn mouth.
Yeah.
That shit is disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Internet.
On that note, I'm starving.
Yeah,
I'm
I am
so
also
hungry.
starving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we
I
call
love
it,
you guys.
y'all?
I'm gonna go eat. Steve made steak earlier, so
Text me your address, Linz.
I love it. Okay, we'll
love you.
do.
Bye.
Bye. Next time, y'all.